Well, as the school year gets underway today, some learners have yet to be placed in school. Let's get the latest now on placement issues from our reporter Neria Hlakotsa, who was earlier in Benoni for us. Neria, of course, you have been stationed outside the departments, one of the districts there in Benoni. I'm not sure if you're still there, but one of the things that I want you to just talk about is what we heard earlier on from the department spokesperson, Steve Mabona, when he emphasized that it is not the department's problem that we are seeing so many people still without schools, this particular curriculum or this year rather in the 2025. Just talk to us about what the parents are saying. Where's the problem?
Well, we are still indeed stationed here outside the district office in Benoni. I mean, Steve Mabona, when we spoke to him earlier, you did hear he believes that it's not the fault of the department because what he's saying is that all those parents that managed to apply on time, their children have been placed. And what we are seeing here, where parents are lining up, and not only here in Benoni, but even in Soweto, in Morningside and other areas, he's insisting that what we are seeing, it's because of parents who applied late, and some of them also it's parents who could not be placed at schools that they had preferred. But one thing he's saying is that those schools are already full, so the department and the province is currently also facing an issue of more learners than the schools that they have. But as I was speaking to parents earlier on, most of them indicated that indeed their biggest problem is that their children have been placed at schools that are too far from them, schools where they will not even be able to afford the transport to take them there. And this has been an issue that we've seen when we were going all around the province to speak to the various parents. Others are also saying that they are still waiting to hear what is happening in terms of the applications that they did. And I think the overarching issue here for most parents is the fact that some of the children started the academic year today, but their children are still at school. Whether it's because of the department or the system, majority of them believe that it is the system. But you know what I want to do right now is bring in some of the parents, because as you can see, the line is still there despite it raining. It was even raining so hard earlier on, I must mention, but parents didn't even want to move from this line because they are so desperate to get help for their children and to have their children placed. But let me bring in one of the mothers here. Let's just talk about you were inside trying to get a space for umntanakho. Ihambe kanjani?
Ngifike lana ekuseni ngo-6. I was here na izolo basikhatha sabuya namhlanje 6 o'clock I was here basifaka phakathi. And then mina owami umntana bengimtransfera from the school ebamfake kuso, which is sikude for mina, so bamtransferile, but still umntana angikho sure ukuthi isikole uzosithola because bathi ngilinde i-SMS.
And bashilo bathi mhlambe i-SMS izofika after how long?
Batheni banikeze 7 days.
7 days. And wena mama umntana unjani le ekhaya makabona abangani bakhe baqalile isikolo yena ahlele ekhaya?
Umntana udown. For mina as a parent ngifila ukuthi ngimisless phela. Abanye abantwana basesikolweni owami akekho esikolweni. Reason being isikole lesi abamfake kuso sikude. I won't afford transport for umntwana.
Onati, like I was saying there earlier, that some of the issues or the main issue with most parents is the fact that their children have been placed at schools that are way too far from where they live. And you must remember when parents were applying, they were given options. So they were given options to choose at least 3 schools, if I'm not mistaken. And between those schools, then the department had to choose which ones they would give. But some of them are saying those schools that their children are placed at, they didn't even choose them when they were applying. But let me bring in another parent here, Unati. Mama, now where you were saying udala ufikile la, ihamba kanjani for wena?
Ayintshware botse awa ayintshware botse ke fitlile ka 7 o'clock mo sale ba re to tsena and yona no ke dewe ke bona ka ona ke bona ngare like ba to khatha line o tsone re bua happy ka usane and ke lula khule ke lula vosmus ke tlile Benoni.
So wena ngwana o baneng a sa thola school?
ke fitlhile mo ke ile ka online ka October ona mona ke ya online ba re agwa ka tse gore obviously message ba sendage ona kanti or message phone ila tlheile or jwang a kuno kushisha mara ona ke ya sekolong kwa ke fita ke ba re ke ba nchekele ba re ngwana bana ba ba o ka online.
So you can hear it's a myriad of reasons really, but I think the crux of it all is that their children are not at school for the first day of school. But one thing also that the department mentioned, if you remember, was the fact that overcrowding and the amount or the number rather of children that are coming to Gauteng is more than the schools that they have, and that's why now they even have satellite schools where they would have to move some of these children to. They'll also have mobile classrooms just to ensure that they accommodate. So you can see that they did anticipate this problem, and they do know that this is a problem that exists in Gauteng. But of course, we will still be here just to see how long these parents will have to wait for. As they were saying, they've been here as early as 6 a.m. Some of them were even saying they got here at 4 just to ensure that they are first in line. But as you see right now, the time is 15:16 and some are still waiting.
Thank you so much, Neria, for that update. Of course, a devastating time there for those particular parents, and an issue that we continue to highlight here on the SABC channel.